My name is Marquise Victor. I'm President and Executive Director of Elevated Thought, art and social justice nonprofit focused here in the city. I'm also the coordinator of the Lawrence Youth Council, and we're here today. This is the presentation ceremony for the LYC to swear them in and kind of make everything official for those that returned last year and the new members this year as well. It's pretty simple. I'm going to ask some of you to kind of recant your experience so far with the LYC, especially some of you who participated last year, and then maybe, just disclose why you think this group is important and the purpose of this in your own words, just from the heart. This isn't scripted, this is natural, right? So I'm gonna start with this man right here since he was practicing.
Hi, my name is Enrique Furman. I'm a senior at Lawrence High School, MST, and this is my second year in the Lawrence Youth Council. This year I'm looking forward to great experiences filled with lots of community service and hopefully a nice impact on the youth of the city.
My name is Nicholas Santos. This is my first year here, and I have to say that so far my experiences have been, it's a learning experience. I mean, with community service and a couple meetings here and there, I feel like I've learned a lot, and I've learned how to work with the community and how I can affect them as youth. Being with them, doing community services, you see what everybody else is seeing. You get a real city point of view, first person, and that helps you understand.
So some of the things they've done already with the community, they did Spigot River cleanup. Almost the whole group took part in this. We cleaned up Immigrant Park, and that was an eye-opening experience to a lot of the youth, considering some of the stuff that they saw that affects our city in a negative way, and just being a part of this group that helps uplift and clean the city. That was important for this group and for the community as a whole. And they also took part, a lot of them, in the Brides March that happened on the 26th. And they got to support, some of them, a grassroots organization, my organization, Elevated Thought, in helping us get ready for our first annual fundraiser.
So my experience here at the LYC has helped me empowered my passion for the Lawrence community. It also has helped me personally to become a leader. I was the former secretary here, and for this year I look forward to having everything vamped up to the state that we're able to involve everybody in the community. And I'm just looking forward to a new year with all my new members.
Hello, I'm Naomi Vargas. I'm the Vice President, of the Lawrence Youth Council. My past experience has been great. I've learned a lot from my community, things that I thought were never going to be possible. And I feel that Lawrence Youth Council has definitely impacted me to work harder to make a positive change in my city.
The part of the goal and the motivation for this year is to run this like a grassroots organization. So being the coordinator, it's helping get them ready and train them a little bit, but really stepping back and having them be in leadership roles, organized together, create committees and plan for events, for citywide movements that they might want to take part in. So one of the first things that they're doing, they're going to organize open forum for the youth in the city. That's the first project that we've kind of kicked off. So based on their strengths, they're going into groups, and every group is going to be responsible, whether it's communication, marketing, getting a street team, getting the youth involved, getting their voice, getting them signed up to be a part of this event. So that's going to be the first thing to kind of kick off what the focus is going to be this year. So it's going to be a social focus, whether it's education, teen pregnancy. That hasn't been decided yet, but that's the point of this open forum, so they can hear the voice of the youth and work around that.
So I'm a junior at Central Catholic, and I've only been here in a few meetings because this is my first year, as you can tell by laughter. But in the first few meetings that I have been a part of, I have noticed that this program is its main mission is to empower teens and empower the youth. And just in a few meetings that I have been going to, I have learned more about Lawrence and more about this whole entire new side of the community that I've been living in for 16 years that I have never really saw as a student going through daily life through school.
It's an honor to represent Mayor Dan Rivera this evening at the Lawrence Boys and Girls Club, when they give out the awards to this year's Lawrence Youth Council. These are young men and women from our city, students at our local high schools that take time out of their busy schedules to represent their peers, to make sure that their peers' voices are heard, and to make sure that the city is truly representing what the young people need. A few years ago, when I was chairing the ordinance committee, an issue came up with regard to skateboarding. We had serious problems, and it was impressive how the young people came out and were organized. And it really was from that meeting that people realized that the young people of our community do have a voice and need that voice to be represented. And shortly after that, the Lawrence Youth Council was reestablished and is fully it's got full membership at this time, and the mayor is very proud of this group of young people and the research and the studies that they're doing to represent their peers, the projects that they're taking on. It's a terrific organization, and he's very proud to be supporting them.
Sí, nos encontramos aquí en el Club de Niñas y Niños, el Boys and Girls Club, realmente celebrando un momento muy interesante. Es la juramentación de los líderes del Comité Juvenil. Esto es una actividad que ya yo he venido en 2 ocasiones y es bello venir aquí a este club de niños y niñas. Realmente esto nos inspira a los funcionarios electos a hacer más por nuestros niños. En verdad, nuestros niños en este club vienen a disfrutar de diversión, de deporte, de salud y también de buenas orientaciones. Ahí veo que hay un flyer que dice que cómo comerse un poema. Hay cosas tan bellas que le enseñan a nuestros niños aquí y eso nos inspira, como he dicho. Mi nombre es Marcos Dever, su representante estatal por el Distrito 16 del Condado de Essex, lo que quiere decir 13 precintos de la ciudad de Lawrence. Estamos para servirle y un beso, hay cariño.
My name is Modesto Maldonado. I'm the president of the City Council, and we are here tonight to celebrate the ceremony of the Youth Council. To us, it's a great pleasure to be here. Since this has been done every year for the past 4 or 5 years. When we talk about youth, we talk about leadership. This is the leadership of our city, the youth leadership. And when we speak about the leaders of tomorrow, these are the leaders of today. And obviously will be much stronger leaders of tomorrow. So we need to encourage them. We need to support them. And we know that they're going to do a fantastic job.
All right, so good evening. My name is Vilma Longa. And on behalf, I'm the coordinator for the City of Lawrence Mayor's Health Task Force, and on behalf of the City of Lawrence Mayor's Health Task Force, Mayor Dan Rivera, I want to welcome all of you, youth, parents, elected officials, friends, partners, everybody that has come out tonight to this event as we present our second cohort of the Lawrence Youth Council under the Mayor's Health Task Force. So we want to give them a round of applause. I'm not going to talk about the Mayor's Health Task Force. Usually I give an introduction or information about it. There's a 1-page summary in the back. Please feel free to look at it because this coalition is very strong, it's very prominent. And we do a lot of great work, not only in Lawrence, but also extends to Methuen, Andover, North Andover, and some of Middleton. Even though most of our work concentrates here in Lawrence because most of the need is here. And so take a moment, read it, get acquainted with it, and feel free to take one of our business cards, call us, ask questions. We're more than happy to answer those for you. There's also a handout at the table about our Community Health Forum. We started last year doing forums completely in Spanish on issues that are related to mental health that impact our community. So the next one is November 19th. Please feel free to sign up, call us, come by. We had our first one last year, it was a complete success, and we look forward to a second one this year. I hope you enjoyed the dinner that we provided for you and the networking session before our program started. So there's plenty of food left over. Please feel free to stop by anytime. And just for, to let you know where the facilities are, if you take a left, walk out, all the way down, sort of almost down the hall, there's restrooms down the hall. I would like to especially thank and acknowledge our elected officials that are present here today. They usually are very supportive, even though they're not at every event of ours. It doesn't take much. A phone call, an email, and they're there, and they show up, and they support anything that we're doing because they understand the work that we do. So we have here, first of all, Representative Marcos Devers is here. Thank you, Marcos. For the last 2 years, so thank you very much. Yes. We also have City Council members. We have Estela Reyes here in the House. And also Modesto Maldonado, who's the President of our City Council in Lawrence. Thank you very much. Is going to be leading us. And obviously, we have Eileen Bernal, who's the Chief of Staff for Mayor Rivera's office, who's here representing Mayor Rivera, and she'll, as soon as I'm done, we'll bring her up to the podium, and she has a nice few words for you. Yes. We'd also like to extend our deepest gratitude to our partners at Lawrence General Hospital. They're here today attending the ceremony for their long-standing partnership with the Mayor's Health Task Force, their support of the work that we do, not just now, but for years. Lawrence General and Holy Family and the clinic have always been supportive, but most recently, I want to thank Lawrence General Hospital for their financial commitment to improving health in our city. They have, through a series of funding, supported community health initiatives, and the Lawrence Youth Council is one of those initiatives. And the work that we do is basically to promote that funding that they provided for us. It's to support, do some strategic planning for the city. It's to really support the infrastructure of the Mayor's Health Task Force as we grow, because we're growing quite rapidly and we have to sort of change with times, but also supports youth development and youth employment. And so this is part of the work. And so tonight we have Robin Hines, who's a Senior Director of Care, Integration and Transformation at Lawrence General Hospital. I have to get used to this new title. It's long. I know. Yes, thank you very much. And yes, Robin also sits at the Mayor's Health Task Force Executive Committee, because we need to have really all of our representatives, all of our healthcare providers represented at the table. Here with her also is Nicole Garabedian. Did I say that right? All right, so thank you and welcome to our second annual presentation ceremony. Early on, the Mayor's Health Task Force was keenly aware of our need to invest in our youth. Lawrence is one of the youngest, actually, if I'm not mistaken, the youngest community in the state. 29% of our population is under the age of 18. So it makes sense, right? If you think about the limited employment opportunities, even though we have a great, summer jobs, in the city, and we have a lot of great opportunities, there aren't enough. And so we understand that we have to really invest in our youth. There's limited employment opportunities, there are limited recreational opportunities, particularly for kids between 14, 18, 20. And so we really need to target that population. This is the group that we need to focus on and help develop our rising leaders, because they're already leading. We're not developing new leaders. They're already leading. We're going to fine tune. They're like rough, right? A diamond in the rough. And so we need to invest in this group. Last year we launched the first cohort, the first group of the Lawrence Youth Council. And basically the goal of this group, because there's a lot of youth groups out there. This group is unique. We are hoping to empower caring youth dedicated to personal development and service leadership. Personal development and service leadership. Their role, they have a huge role to serve. Their role is to represent the youth in our city. Almost nothing, right? So you're carrying your entire city youth on your shoulders today. No pressure. Advocate for issues that are important to youth, because we know we're parents, but you really are the ones who are affected by many of the issues, and also you're the one who gets to talk to others who are affected by the issues. So who better than you to do this work? And so this is what they're trying to do. We were trying to do that on our own, but as adults you think one way, as youth they think completely different. And we need to capitalize on that. They also need to put together programs and events throughout the year. And they're going to be looking at issues, and they already embarked on some of that work, and Alicia is going to sort of talk a little bit about the journey, and Marquise hopefully will touch on this, but they already are in their journey, and they have done some work already trying to talk to other youth about what is going on in our community, what's going on, what's affecting you. And then they're going to embark on some research to find out what is the issue that we're going to pick up this year so that we make an impact this year. There's the Lawrence Youth Council members, they commit to 10 to 12 hours a month. I wish it was a week. 10 to 12 hours a month to serving on the council for a period of over 10 months. And because we really are committed to promoting youth empowerment and youth leadership and economic development in our city, they also get a stipend. They receive a stipend of $100 a month. And you know what? It's a way for us to say thank you. No, we don't have to pay you, but it's nice to get a paycheck, right? Our Lawrence Youth Council participates in a series of leadership trainings, so we have to prime them to get to do the work. That includes sessions on social justice because we are rooted, our coalition is rooted on social justice and health inequities. And so this is not just them doing a health project. This is them really looking at and analyzing what are the root causes of stuff that's happening. And then through that lens, then do their work. And so that's what sort of sets them apart from everybody else. They also have done a lot of volunteer work to date, even though they've only been on board for about 2 months. They have already, they started doing trainings. We did a training on social inequities and sort of looking at that through the social justice lens. They met with Mayor Rivera. That was the first order of business for them. They met with Mayor Rivera and had the opportunity to talk about and asking questions about what is your vision for our youth in our city, and sort of what is their role and how do we fit into this big picture. So that was really the first time we do this, and I think that was important. And what we're trying to do really is sort of ignite this passion for them to service to their community, develop some ownership of the stuff that they need to, really own within our city. So Alicia will talk a little bit about that. And then over the last few months, with the funding of Lawrence General Hospital, we're able to bring on board the best coordinator ever. We're very blessed to have Marquise Victor, who's going to be our keynote speaker today. So Marquise Victor is the executive director of Elevated Thought, which has a similar sort of mission of what we do, social justice, really rooted in social justice. And so we're very blessed to have him. And so he has helped us jumpstart this second year.